Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for the Giz Wiz is brought to you by CashFly at CACHEFLY.com.
It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1491, recorded Thursday, October 23rd, 2014. Shake it like a Polaroid printer. This episode of the Giz Wiz is brought to you by Audible.com. To download a free audiobook of your choice, go to audible.com/GizWiz.
And now, get ready for Dick.
On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we got yoga folding laptops, awesome, wait, what was it? 3D scanners is what I was gonna say. In 3, 2. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have awesome folding yoga laptops, 3D scanners, and a moldy pumpkin. All next.
It's the same dumb show with Dickie D and OMGchad on Twit TV. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
I hope you are ready for the Giz Wiz, and here he is, the maestro himself, Dickie DeBartolo. Wow, I said Dickie DeBartolo.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing super. We had an amazing meetup.
I thought so. Tell me all about it.
Oh, you know, it was the most amazing thing was on Giz Fizz Saturday before the meetup. Alex was on the board, and we were talking about the meetup, and Alex said, some year I'm going to go there. I would love to be at a meetup. And I said, I hope you can do it one year. And then Sunday, we're setting up, and people are streaming in, and who comes walking in? Alex.
What?
And Dennis said, if I only had a camera, he said, you did like 3 takes in a row, like... I mean, he was in Petaluma
so cool.
last night. So he took the red eye, and it was that was great.
That was so cool.
So we had about 40 people, and Becky bought kazoos for all, and. Is it okay? I'm going to entertain you with a 1 minute. Oh, and it turned out the first ever where the meetup fell on my birthday.
Oh, that is so cool.
So it's the 5th annual meetup, and it happened to be October 19th. And so Becky bought kazoos, and everybody decided they would do a kazoo birthday. And here it is.
This is the moment that brings tears to my eyes. They're bringing me the check for the beer. But this whole group here has decided they're going to serenade me with a rousing happy birthday.
Love the mustaches. There's Alex. There we go. That is too...
And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, from the marina, the pathetic kazoo players in their once-in-a-lifetime appearance. You can buy their album for $5. You cannot buy it for $10. That's how we make money.
That
anyway,
is
so that, yeah.
so cool.
We had a lot of fun.
I wish I would have been there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If I turn around, are you going to be standing behind me?
Right, I know. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Diggity.
Okay.
What? Yeah, I've been in the studio the whole time.
That would be great. That would be great. Well, maybe next year you can visit us. Yeah, it would be great.
That is so
And how about you? What was your week like?
I stayed at home. I ate string cheese. Yeah, not much. What?
Yeah. Do you play the string cheese?
Oh, wait. Alex is here. He said you're supposed to give something to me.
It's just candy. I'm
okay.
And Pop Rocks.
Oh,
Oh, yes. And, we gave away lots of gifts and stuff, and I said, this is for Chad.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh, it's a little Minecraft guy, and he has diamond armor on. It was funny. Just today, I got a diamond sword and a diamond pick in the mail that I bought. This is awesome. I'm gonna put this on the set of OMGchad.
Oh, great!
Yeah,
Super.
This is awesome. Thank you. Was this
my
yours
guess is
or
Alex
Alex?
tried to sell it.
Who gave it?
Well, Alex said he was going to try to sell it at the airport, but if he couldn't, he would bring it to you. So.
This is awesome. Oh, that's really cool. So, all in all, great success at
yeah, we really had a lot, of fun.
Oh, that is so
really
cool.
Did.
What else?
Charlie was there. Charlie the dog was there.
And it was mostly just eating and hanging out.
Eating, hanging out. I bought like $100 worth of beer. So after 20 minutes, most people were face down in the buckets of ice. It was good.
That is awesome. Yeah, I really didn't do anything this week. I missed going to the marina. I didn't do a thing. You had a much more exciting week than I did.
Oh, well, I had an even more exciting week because there was an event at which I found 3 gadgets.
Perfect.
A new event called Get Geeked, okay? And Get Geeked is, hopefully it's going to be a yearly event, and it was at a new venue called Metropolitan Pavilion West. And when they said West, I really could have gotten much closer with my boat than I could with public transportation. Once you get off the train, it's about a half-mile walk all the way to the river.
Wow.
But it was great fun, and I found 3 things. And the first one was from Lenovo, and I think you'll tell me your opinion after you see this video.
Dick DeBartolo, Mad's Maddest Writer, and the Giz Wiz. We're at Get Geeked, which is a new kind of event. We're at Lenovo. I'm standing here with Ashley, and I told Ashley I don't want another tablet unless it does something really different. And Ashley said,
this one's completely different.
Completely different. So Ashley, tell us why.
Okay, so first of all, it's a nice big screen. This is a 13.3-inch screen.
That is beautiful.
And it's a really beautiful display. It's 2560 by 1440 resolution, so
nice.
Really nice resolution. It also has great sound. You can see these huge speakers that we have in the front that are front-facing. And in the back, you'll notice we have a nice big JBL subwoofer built in as well. So.
Oh, well, all right. Now that's neat. That's excellent.
Yeah, so not only does it look great, it sounds great too. Now, what's more is actually you'll notice the design here is centered on this cylindrical notebook-style battery that we built into the tablet. So where it's very thin on this end, we kind of have a little bump that comes out here on this end. Now what that does is gives us a huge 9,600 milliamp battery in there that's going to get us up to 15 hours of battery life.
Wow. And how big is the screen? 13?
13.3. Now, you'll notice around the back where that subwoofer is built in, we have a rear-facing camera there. That's an 8-megapixel camera. We also have a button here. If you press that button, you'll notice it releases a kickstand, which is great because the tablet will stand up on its own. So if you want to watch content, you have a stand for that. Or if you're interested in maybe typing or interacting with the screen, this gives you a nice angle to do that as well.
Excellent.
Now, what's more...
There's more.
There's more. Is that if you like this display, but maybe you wanted it even larger, we can project, actually. We have a built-in Pico projector that you see here. So if I fly up here from the bottom, you notice we can turn on this projector. And actually, let's play a movie so you can kind of get the idea of what this does. And you can project it on any surface, really.
Up to about how big?
Up to 50 inches, actually.
50 inches, and of course, the exhibit hall here is lit. But you can see that we are indeed projecting a really decent-sized photo from this 13-plus inch tablet.
Yes, exactly.
What are we talking price-wise?
Price-wise, actually, I think you're going to be impressed. $499.
Whoa.
You know what? If the floor wasn't dirty, I would fall down. That is really a great price. Now, is this coming out now or out, or what is the deal?
It'll be out in time for holiday, so we're expecting toward the end of October. So, yeah, we're ready to take orders now.
Excellent. And it's on the website already?
It is, and it's called the Yoga Tablet 2 Pro.
Yoga Tablet 2 Pro.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ashley, thank you so much. That is really great. Dick DeBartolo, I'm going to get one of these, and I'm going to actually use the Pico projector as a spotlight because my ego needs that. That's brand new from Lenovo. We're going to look around a little more at Get Geeked.
That's quite a price, $4.99.
Yeah.
There's a few people in
No,
the chat room
I
who
expected
beat me
it to be higher.
I did too. I
Yeah.
absolutely did. That yeah, I absolutely. In fact, I was kind of really skeptical in the beginning, and I think it's funny when the yoga name I've seen in laptops about laptops that fold all
Yes.
around. In fact, that's how I teased the show, is a foldy laptop.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, this is from the same line, and you're right. The only part, the yoga part of this, I think, is the stand that comes down, and then the stand goes all the way around, so it becomes a hook if you want to hang it on a wall. But boy, if you're doing presentations or something, this is
Can you
great.
imagine you go into a conference room instead of trying to work on making sure that you have the right connector to transfer the plugs so that it'll plug into your laptop? You just have a projector built into your tablet, and I mean, Office 365, Google Docs, like all of these have ways to do presentations from the laptop, or from a tablet. I'm still confused. From a tablet, so it's all built. That's really compelling, actually.
It's very clever, and they said we'll send you one so you can hear it, because trying to figure out how great it sounded in a convention hall is kind of impossible to do.
Right, and people are asking Android or Windows. That looked like Android.
That was Android.
Right.
I'm not sure there's a Windows version. There is going to be an LTE version so that you can, I guess, shoot stuff from the web via the projector.
Got it.
But the $4.99, and it runs KitKat.
Right, 4.4. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
4.4.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Oh yeah, and then it has 32 gigabytes of storage with a SD card slot, micro SD, that handles up to another 64.
Yep.
So plenty of memory.
Yeah. So screen resolution really good. It has front-facing speakers, has a pretty big battery, a kickstand, a subwoofer, which I've never really heard.
No, neither have I. That's why I'm dying to hear it in a room.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And a Pico projector built in, all for the same price as an iPad running Android KitKat.
Yeah.
I gotta say, 13 inches, which is pretty large for a tablet.
It is 13.3.
Yeah. That sounds like a possibility.
I think so too. Yeah. And I think it's an 8-watt little stereo system with the woofer. Normally, those things, if you get 1 watt in something, it's kind of amazing. So I think they're probably going to do well with it.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Out for Christmas.
It's funny because people were talking about the possibility of a 12-inch iPad and who would use that, and everyone was saying industry and commercial uses for something that large. And Lenovo is traditionally a pretty corporate-focused company. With like, say, the ThinkPad series, I always think of as being deployed across companies, businesses. Maybe this is also an area that they're going into. Business needs laptops. They need all these features. And sorry, I keep saying laptops. I mean tablets. I'm really hung up on the yoga.
No, I think what's happening is I think the industry is realizing a lot of people are now making the tablet their work unit and taking it around and abandoning the laptop.
Yeah.
So
the software is getting that good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And with everything in the cloud, it doesn't matter. You put that one down, pick it up somewhere else, and
absolutely,
you're good to go. That is quite neat. I got to say, big A-OK in my book. I was skeptical in the beginning, but for the price and the features, that won me over.
Oh, no, it's good. And that was what's so funny is how she surprised me when I said, we have a new laptop, a new tablet. Oh, please.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's so funny is that I don't want to make PR people unhappy, but sometimes you'll get a PR person who doesn't know the industry, and they'll say, we have a laptop that it's Bluetooth. You know, like you could play music here, and it comes out over there.
It's like, yeah, you know, I heard about that about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. They're like, this feature is amazing. It's like, well, I'm glad they taught you about it right before the conference happened.
Exactly.
But that's not a new feature.
Yes. And the other thing is you should maybe just do a Google search to see what's out there.
Right. So yeah, that was pretty legitimate. Great. Gadget number 2.
Gadget number 2. Now I'm going to ask you what you think of this, because I've done quite a few 3D printers, but not many 3D scanners. I think I've done one 3D scanner called the Cubify. I don't know if you know the Cubify. It's a handheld 3D scanner that you go around the person and it picks up an image of the person. It's $460. So there was quite a few people at Get Geeked that were gathering around a booth from a company called Matter and Form. For some reason, they used to call themselves Matter Form, but they decided Matter and Form was better. And evidently, it's two designers who decided that they would build their own 3D scanner. And they were on Indigo, and they were hoping to raise, I think, $80,000. I'm doing this from memory. And they raised almost $500,000.
Oh, wow.
They sold 2,000 of their 3D scanners, which they are now delivering. And they got $2 million more in investment, so they're now working on the second go-round of 3D scanners. And we have a little bit of video from the company website where you can see what it looks like. So you probably are unfamiliar with the old 45 portable record players, but it almost looks like one of those. And when you open it,
it has a turntable, just kind of like one. That's funny.
Exactly. So how fast it goes, you set the scanner for one of 3 resolutions, and it turns your item as it goes. If you do quick scan, it can make a 3D scan in as little as 7 minutes. If you need the maximum details, it could be up to 45 minutes. It scans items up to 9 inches in height, and I forgot the width. Yeah. And this part I don't know. It does up to 2,000 points per second. Wow. So did you know much about scanners?
I don't know much about 3D scanners, but you know, and the same I was going to say about 3D printers. I know there's definitely different resolutions that a printer can be. And I was looking at some of the examples on the website that they look pretty detailed.
Yeah. Now, they were saying that it's very inexpensive, and I thought like $200.
Right.
So it's $579.
Yikes.
Which doesn't sound terribly inexpensive to me.
Right. Until you see the competition.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I thought I would mention it in case, you were saying, well, Dick, that's an amazingly low price.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, okay. But I thought I would just, only because there was quite a bit of buzz about it.
Right. And we've seen, so the other cheapest comparison that I can think of, and I don't even think it's compatible, is an app called 123D Catch, and you could take photos of something around it, and it would use math to determine where the edge of the item was, and also the gyroscope in your camera, in your phone, and it has to be a phone. Because it's an app, and it would create a 3D model. But those were always mushy and
I was just going to say, that sounds
Right.
That sounds kind of weird.
Yeah, they're not. It's not perfect by any means, but I remember that you could do. Oh, maybe it's 123D capture. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. IOGeek is saying.
Someone is saying Autodesk 123D.
That's exactly.
Capture?
That's exactly it. Right.
So is that like free or
yeah, that was free. That's from Autodesk, and it's free.
Okay.
Now, what you need to do is somehow get that data into something that you could then 3D print. And I believe that they had an option where you could use one of their third-party printers to print out something for you once you had captured it. There's a
well, you know, if you were playing this, that would be a fun way to go. But
right. But yeah, especially if you need, like, if you wanted to take this awesome Minecraft character that I just got and then scan him in, you're not gonna want something that undetailed and yeah, I mean, I can really see how if you're a corporation that's been trying to deploy a whole bunch of these, how $500 is such a sweet deal compared to $2,000. You know that another 3D scanner
might be.
Here's that 123D catch.
Right. Right.
Wow.
Right.
And where did they find that
dinosaur?
live
Yeah, I'm not sure where they got the dinosaur from. But yeah. We've shown it off on iPad Day and stuff like that. It's pretty powerful for what it is. I cannot remember if they will allow you to export that data. Jeff is saying that yes, they would allow you to export that data. And there's a standard file format.
Why would you not be allowed to export it? Because
just because it's proprietary. Because they want.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Because they wanted to live inside the app. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but Jeff is saying that they do. So that's really the only like consumer level thing that I know of with 3D scanning.
Okay.
And I know that's not that great. This is obviously going to be leaps and bounds ahead of that app that I was looking at. Oh man, someone's saying IOGeek says I want to do a portrait of the Giz Wiz in clay. How cool would that be to be able to make something in clay with your hands and then 3D scan that in and then be able to 3D print replicas of it?
He's going to make it in clay. I thought he wanted me to get on that little turntable.
Right, please, if you would, just and then turn
it around for 45 minutes.
That's if you're an artist and that's what you want to do with your art, like scan in your
something
art.
And do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see for a business that $500 is really inexpensive. For a hobbyist or for someone who
probably not. No.
Yeah, it was like us who's just looking at this for the first time. Quick scans in 5 minutes. Oh, and you can do color scans. It has a camera, so it can capture the color.
Yes, it does. It does do color.
That is really
so basically, neat. I have the links to that video and I have the links to the website on my website. So if it is something you're interested in or just want to learn more about, you can just follow up at gizwiz.biz.
I can also imagine if you're in video games or making video games, instead of having to pay an artist to make, everyday objects, you just throw something. It's like, okay, now we need a Coke can. Let's put that on there. Okay, scan it up. Now we need an apple. Throw that baby on there.
It is amazing how the price of 3D printers have plummeted. I remember actually the company's gone now called Wild Planet, a toy company, and they were ecstatic because they had an in-house 3D printer of their own. I think it was $15,000 or $30,000. But they used to have to send everything like overseas to get a 3D model, and then they would get it back, and they would look at it, and they'd go, oh, no, you have to change this or that. And then they send it back overseas, and they said, right now we do something and leave it in the 3D printer overnight. I guess 3D printers are getting faster and faster. And in the morning, we'd come back and we'd have the 3D mock-up we wanted. And so that the production picked up by months that they could do it.
It really reminds, the 3D industry, I've said it before, reminds me of the personal computer revolution. is there are these huge, there used to be these huge companies that would basically mainframe 3D printers, and you'd have to make sure that you'd talk to this other company to get your job put into a queue, and they'd run all the time. And then these really crummy things you could make at your house that only do a single color. Its resolution wasn't very good, and we're just, I really think it's the new frontier of technology, is being able to make stuff in your house.
Yeah, I don't know if I told it. A friend of mine went to the dentist to have a new tooth put in, and he said, come back in 45 minutes and I'll have your tooth. Whereas used to, yeah, he printed it in the office.
That is so cool.
Yeah, pretty neat, isn't it?
That is so cool.
I'm just going to wait for the inevitable all-in-one 3D scanner and printer.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That almost seems like it should happen, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, what I really think is nanotechnology will get to the point where nanotechnology is going to get better and better and better and better, and it's going to start out for really slow and really crummy, but you'll be able to build something on the nano scale where you can put transistors together that are atom-sized. It's like, once you get that small once, you can now create nanobots that make it that's where I really think is going to be.
10 years from now, there'll be the Polaroid scanner 3D printer that does in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Honey, we have 12 people for dinner and we only have service for 10. Just give me 60 seconds, honey.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'll make some new plates.
I mean, really, like you could have a food replicator in your house.
Yeah. The only downside is the Kodak one you have to shake to dry.
Yeah.
You have to shake
gotta
off.
shake that one. Yeah, shake it.
That's true.
That is really, really cool. So Matter and Form, they have their 3D printer, or 3D scanner, sorry.
Scanner. Yeah, it's very hard to say, to keep
just
them
go
separate.
back and forth. Today, we just can't talk. It's $579.99 and especially, obviously, we're talking to an audience that if someone is out there, they're just going to be so excited about this. So hopefully we're just informing someone.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Gadget number 3.
Gadget number 3 is from Quirky. Do you know anything about Quirky?
Yeah, Quirky is this quirky company that they have some really interesting ideas of sort of crowdsourcing products, where they kind of have a forum where you can post an idea and then people will put in suggestions or questions. They'll go through a few different rounds of getting accepted or changing the product, and then Quirky will, I forget if it's a buy it or they license it.
They'll build it.
Right. And then some of the money goes to Quirky and some of it goes to the creators.
Yes, and on the back of my very favorite Quirky thing is Power Pivot. Mm-hmm. It's an AC power strip where every AC input is on its own little disc, so that you can twist it around like a desk leg, or even just twist it different ways so that you can put 6 transformer plugs, one in every outlet, and twist it so the transformer plugs don't hit each other. So anyway, Quirky was at the Get Geeked event, and we'll see a lady from Quirky and their latest invention that someone suggested they build.
Dick DeBartolo, Maz Writer, and the Giz Wiz. We're here at Quirky, and talk about Quirky. This little guy is really neat. Alyssa's here. We're going to talk about this little gadget. But first, fill in people on the focus of Quirky is.
The focus of Quirky is to make invention accessible. We have a community of over 1 million people who are submitting ideas that they have for products.
1 million.
We have a community who is vetting on them, voting on the best ones. And
My favorite is Pivot Power.
One of our favorites. That's absolutely one of our favorites. We've expanded the family. We have tons of them now, but we have so many great products too beyond that one. But basically, our community helps us find the best ideas. Then we bring them to life. We sell them at stores like Home Depot, Amazon, and at Quirky.com. And in the end, the community and the inventors all help share in the profits. And we get to see all sorts of new products like this one here. We have pickup power and everything.
First of all, tell me what the name of this guy is and what it's built for.
This is Freewheel. It's wheels for anything. It's going to be coming out around holiday season, early next year. And the idea is that it's perfect for the man cave, kids. It can fit any different size up to 5 pounds. So if you want to send a 6-pack to your friends, a stuffed animal, or maybe you just want to move some boxes around.
Okay, and what would the range of it be from your, so you download an app. First of all, do you have to build that or does it come built already?
It's actually just 2 set wheels that you can break apart and adjust to fit any size you need.
Oh, okay. Do the crossbars come with it that the packages, the boxes are on?
It's actually, we can show it broken apart. Oh.
Do you have one?
We don't, actually. They're not sure if they do.
Yeah, just show us quickly what it's like.
Underside of what it looks like.
So we're doing a repair job. Actually, oh, okay, so.
Oh, and they have these the Quirky earbud holders.
Well, you know, you don't have to take them off. I sort of. So you get 2 sets of wheels.
Exactly.
And then you put whatever crossbar you want.
Anything that you can put in here, it'll fit and it'll clamp back together. So depending on whatever size you want to put inside, you can hold anything really.
And there's a central
and what is the range from your smartphone or your iOS device? The range. How far can?
25 feet, I think. I think that's what they were saying.
I think it was about 25 to 30.
They weren't ready for these hard-hitting questions.
Oh, okay. I think Bluetooth is like 33 feet. Okay. And how much is that?
What's that?
This is going to be about $100.
About $100.
Until it stops.
For the holidays, and it was called Freewheel?
Freewheel.
Freewheel. And you know what? Hey, Dennis, we're just going to walk along here and just show some other quirky gadgets. This is their power stand. So you stand stuff up and you can charge many different devices.
Oh gosh, I need one.
And again, these were all invented by people who said, I have an invention. So it's a way for a person who has an idea for an invention to get started. And they're at Quirky.com. Dick DeBartolo, man's maddest writer, and the Giz Wiz with another one-take theater here on Twit.
I want some of that
Quirky,
sweet
you know?
That is really neat. So it's a base. Now, was there a middle piece connecting the two wheels?
No, there isn't. That's what I was trying to ask the guy. So actually, I think there's a good picture of it on my website. So it's 2 sets of motorized wheels, and then you put whatever you want in the middle. And the wheels, as you saw that guy doing, he did it kind of quickly. The wheels extend out. You put whatever you want to be in the middle of the wheels. And then it has little clamps on it. It'll close down on what you want. And the clamps are curved, so it says it can be an irregular sized. They show on one of their websites, like a kid clamping in his teddy bear and then driving the teddy bear around the room with their iOS device. There you go. That's what you get exactly.
Perfect.
So those are the free wheels.
Oh, that is really neat.
It's pretty clever, isn't it?
It is really neat. And so they just wirelessly talk together.
There you go.
That is neat.
Yeah.
And then did they have an idea on price yet?
Yes, about $100, and they may try to hit. They're trying to hit Christmas or the holidays,
right?
But they said if it doesn't happen, it'll be January.
That is really neat, and yeah. You could totally have a robotic 6-pack robot.
Absolutely. Or you could have a roaming paper basket where
I'm thinking if you're sick, you know, you could have your waste basket follow you around.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's really cool. That's really neat. A very quirky product from Quirky, the Freewheel. That is perfect. Well, coming up next, we have My Crappy Corner. We have a few different products in it. Of course, we have the letter and the warehouse. But first, we have to thank our sponsor for this wonderful episode, Audible.com. Audible.com is the leading provider of audiobooks across all different types of genres, fiction, nonfiction, periodicals. Currently, I am so in to biographies. Right now, I am reading a biography of Freddie Mercury called Mercury. That's just all it's called. And I just absolutely love it. This kind of goes into Freddie Mercury's life. He's the lead singer of Queen. He goes into Freddie Mercury's life, his backstory, into the inception of Queen, the bands that he was in before Queen, and I'm just on this is just such a really, really good book. I've been listening to that. I'm halfway through Mercury at the moment. And there's all sorts of different biographies on Audible, but of course it's not just biographies. Fiction, nonfiction, sci-fi, fantasy, absolutely anything that your heart desires is available. We are giving you a free book to test out, audible.com. If you head on over to audible.com/Giz Wiz, there you can get started with your very own free book. It's a credit, and what happens is you sign up, and every month you get another credit so that you can listen to more books. Most books are a single credit at Audible. So start listening to audiobooks, and it's by far the best way to read books, is to listen to them while you're doing chores, while you're driving around. Absolutely love it. And of course, apps across all sorts of devices, Android, iOS, or even your computer. That's audible.com/Giz Wiz for your free book. Test it out, audible.com/Giz Wiz. And we thank them for their support of the Giz Wiz.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the only reason you download the Giz Wiz show
I did it for
is
that yoga
to see
tablet.
Chad's crappy.
What you might want at Chad's Crappy Corner.
The most overproduced piece when you consider the content.
That intro is, you know, these guys.
Wow.
Back here, we got some troublemakers out here. If the drone wasn't enough for a single Giz Wiz,
what is going on out there?
It's hard to tell, but Padre is attacking Brian with the drone currently outside of the studio.
Disco Priest is on the loose.
There goes. Oh gosh. Oh man. Yep, so that's going on. So that's not our gadget for today.
No, it's a Halloween thing.
We are still in the Halloween spirit. And I mean, what is the best tradition of Halloween? It's going to the pumpkin patch, exactly. Going with your family, picking out a pumpkin, carving it. And so we have some pumpkin gadgets. We have two things. We have the Pumpkin Masters pumpkin carving tool. And then a pumpkin light. Now, we use the Pumpkin Magic's pumpkin carving tool to use on our very own pumpkin. And because it would take so long to actually carve the pumpkin live, we actually did
Is there a blade in there when you said so?
There is. You can. So here, let me show off the tool now. It's just this little handle, and on the top you can unscrew this little sort of plastic piece, and then you're given two blades, and we've used both of them. You just slide it in. It's notched.
Oh my word!
It's notched just like that, and then you'll put this back on the top and screw that back on. There you go. And now.
Oh my! Whoa!
I think I'm ready to fight the drones with this bad boy.
Holy cow.
At the bottom is your battery cover. This is secured by a screw, and inside, inside of there, that screw is a little bit difficult to get at. It takes 4 AA batteries to use the Pumpkin Masters. So let's go ahead and roll the time lapse of
great.
Yeah, this is us making the pumpkin. Oh, I didn't know.
Boy, you are fast.
Yeah, and so that's me using it. Now, I gotta say, this is us changing the batteries.
Oh, you killed one set of batteries?
We killed one set of batteries, and then you can see it laying on the table over there. We found out pretty quickly that it is not the best thing to do long cuts. We actually have a photo of how far it got before the first set of 4 batteries died.
Oh my word! And they were new batteries?
Brand new batteries. These are the batteries that we keep in the studio for mics. So we're very easy to tell which ones are new and which ones are used. So it got about that far. Got that far before all the. And it is slow. It is really hard to, because obviously that was a time lapse. It was like, so.
Chad, did you have to hollow the pumpkin out first?
Yes, I did.
So
we actually have the pumpkin over in this shot. Now, we're leaving it over there. And there's a reason, is because we shot this about 4 days ago. This pumpkin is not held up. Not held up in the least. So it's over there on a plate. Its juices can marinate. Yeah, but the pumpkin was pretty thick. I would say that it was 1.5 inches thick, or maybe an inch in places. Now, so I would say that this did not succeed when it came to straightaways. We did the Twit logo. Here's the pattern that I used. And so, on these straight pieces, it wasn't really the best. Where this really was awesome was the circular parts. I could make a circular, the circular dot of the eye really nicely, where when I was using, I had a knife for all the other parts. There's no way the knife would have gotten that perfectly.
Oh, right.
So, and because this blade is so thin. So if I wouldn't suggest that, I wouldn't suggest this if you were going to do very long and large cuts. But for the detailed stuff that's really hard to kind of curve around, I would say that the saw was definitely awesome and helped out. The batteries won't last very long. So that it just uses up a ton of battery. I kind of wish it would have been like wall powered or something.
Yeah. Were the 2 blades for different things, or just a spare?
Nope, just a spare. After a while, one of them did start to feel like it was kind of bending a little bit. I think this is the one that started to feel like it was bending after you'd put a little bit of pressure on it. It kind of now stays bent upwards. It also came with a few other little things. It came with a little poker, and this is for the included. They give you some patterns, so that, you get a few little things to throw onto a pumpkin. We had the Twit logo, so we didn't do that. But this poker is so that when you put the paper onto the pumpkin, you take the poker and you poke along the edge so that you can follow along with the knife
you make
later.
Little holes?
Right. You poke little holes into the paper and then into the pumpkin, and then those stay on the pumpkin, and that's a good thing to trace.
Okay.
Right. Now, the poker, I got to say, it bent on us. So maybe not.
Are you using plastic pumpkins? Is that the problem?
Yeah. We're using Man of Steel pumpkins. Only kryptonite pokers can get through these guys. So we switched to a toothpick and or a what is it, a paper clip, and that worked just perfectly fine.
Okay.
So no need for
where
that.
are the letters? I saw on one shot you had the letters
These
that
guys?
you cut out of Twit.
Oh, the letters. Yes, they're also fluffy.
Are they also
fluffy,
decayed? And
yeah, they're also decayed. They're sitting on the edge of the plate. But I've been told not to touch, as there is mold all over them. We're gonna go throw this pumpkin away right after the show.
Okay.
What
does that thing cost?
The Pumpkin Master. This was $8.99.
Oh, wow. Cheap.
And if you're gonna do something like this elaborate with all these curves, I could see where this might come in handy. But if you're gonna do something like what we did, I almost would suggest know what your your pattern is going to be. If it has a lot of straight stuff like ours did, a knife was so much better. It was so much faster. It was so much straighter. It was really...
And that's probably about 24 batteries per pattern there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Also, you might be able to get better battery life. I didn't think battery life was going to be an issue at all. So knowing that battery life was an issue, I may have scraped out a lot more of the face of the pumpkin to try to get a little bit more battery life out of the batteries. But yeah, so that is the Pumpkin Masters carver. Okay. Now, we also had this light that we were going to put into the pumpkin, but as seeing that the pumpkin is now sealed with mold, we aren't going to do that. So I'm just going to show off this little light that we got. This is a 3 LED light. It has a few different modes. It has just a little strobe mode, which is pretty cool. And then it also has a different color. It goes through a few different colors, and then it goes into this rainbow sort of mode, and it has RGB LEDs in there, which I gotta say it would look pretty cool if it was inside of a pumpkin, but unfortunately it's not inside of a pumpkin.
Did it come from the same place?
It did come from the same place. This was the pumpkin light from Spirit of Halloween. This also was kind of expensive, coming in at $8, $7.99, the pumpkin light. They had a few different versions. We went for the one that had all the different colors. The white flicker, the yellow flicker, and the rainbow flicker. Now, just to follow up, this is the gadget that will not die. Is the disco bulb that we covered 2 weeks ago now.
Oh my gosh.
John got his in the mail, so he's actually added it to one of the sconces in the studio. And so this is what it looks like inside of this humongous...
Wait, John got, is this the $4 version?
Yes, this is the $4
And it came already?
And his came...
I don't know that much.
Oh, they're yours. Oh, this is Jeff's.
It almost looks like a disco phone booth.
It looks like a disco shower.
Hello? Yes? I'm from the future. Yes, yes, yeah. Okay. I'm leaving the hologram booth now. Goodbye. I mean, it's exactly what the other one was, and we just added it into this gigantic thing.
That looks kind of neat.
Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
It has sort of like this Fresnel lens on it, so it's creating this extra sort of wavy pattern back here.
It almost looks like you could see as far as the turning basin, and the wind is whipping up the water.
Yeah, it really does have a watery effect. But I think it's this lens on the thing right there. But yeah, so anyway, that came in as well, and we've been happy with a very cheap version of that light.
Great.
Now, one thing I want to mention about the pumpkin light, so one has this sort of this stroby thing, and then the yellow one is supposed to, I think, emulate a
candle.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it does on the back. This was a pain in the butt. It has 3 different screws for individual battery compartments. That was really annoying, so I just wanted to point that out. You know, I think a candle would have just been just fine. I got to say that the $8 pumpkin light was probably, we regret buying that one. But the Pumpkin Masters, I can see the merits of.
Now, if Jamma B was really smart, he could get the disco light inside the pumpkin.
We just need a cord. We just need like a cord outside of the pumpkin. Yeah, we probably could have pulled that one off if it wasn't so moldy in there.
Yeah. I didn't realize pumpkins went off that fast.
You know, I almost wonder if it's something with this studio, because that never happened to me. Last year, I made an Android pumpkin, brought it in within like 3 days. Super moldy, like incredibly moldy. That we've also been told that there's like gels that you can buy or aerosols that you can spray onto the raw pumpkin to make sure that it doesn't get all crazy and weird.
Were you not suspicious when the man selling the pumpkins was wearing a hazmat suit?
Exactly. We got these pumpkins from the Ebola.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pick it out yourself, and don't. Just stay over there and show it to me.
Once you buy it, don't breathe on me. If you would, yes.
And put the money in that cash thing over there.
Right.
Don't come near me. Don't touch me.
If you would, once you put the money in, pour the Purell right on top of the money. There you go. Now you can leave. So anyway, so yeah, those are our pumpkin gadgets for this week. And
we have one more week of pumpkin stuff, right?
One more week, and then of course next week we'll be we're almost out of soap. Can you believe it?
No.
I know. We only have a few more months left of soap. So
wow.
Yeah, you thought it would never end, but
no.
Yeah, so we have some soap coming up next week as well. And do we know what we're gonna? Do we need a vote on November? I guess we'll. Oh yes, we know what we're gonna do for November. We'll surprise you when it gets.
Oh, okay, okay. You want to pick out the winning number to see who in the studio audience won the pumpkin?
Yeah, who won the pumpkin? Okay, do we have number? 1 second, it's on the inside of this dum-dum. 3, 4, 7. Okay, yeah, that guy who isn't there actually won.
The audience is emptied out.
Yeah. Interesting. The audience ran away. Nobody wants the moldy pumpkin. Well, with that, let's move on to Dick's Gadget Warehouse. Throw those back.
They're geeky and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play. In Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Foghorn. What do you got for us this week?
Our letter starts with hello, Dick and Chad. I've been watching Giz Wiz for quite a while now. Just recently got my wife in on the fun. You've been saying that you need videos. I thought, what the heck, we'll submit one. Quality is crappy, so it should be exactly what you wanted. Our gadget is the AEE MD10 action camera. It's kind of a GoPro, but cheaper. We're big fans. We watch Chad and other projects he's involved with. Keep up the amazing work, and thanks for giving us many heartfelt laughs. T-Snow Crash.
Oh!
You know him?
T-Snow Crash? Yeah.
And Pygmy Gamer.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's Pygmy as in small, Chad, he says. Anyway, he starts out with a little kind of video warehouse stuff and then goes into the camera that they like a lot. So here is T-Snow Crash's video of the week.
Hi, Dickie D and Chad. My name is T Snow Crash. Chad, you probably remember me from your Twitch live streams.
I do.
I wanted to share with you guys today, not necessarily our gadget warehouse per se, but our gadget collection that probably will wind up in our warehouse eventually. Of course, we have, you know, the Chromecast. Chad, that was a recommendation of yours based off of Before You Buy. And then, of course, we have my Snowball microphone, which I use quite frequently with my my own projects and what have you. I have a LG Blu-ray burner and player external that I use quite often. Love that thing. My phone that is actually currently recording this video is the Moto X. I just keep the box up there because I like the way the box looked. Another recommendation that you guys had is the Kingston wireless media reader. This thing actually works out really, really well. I use it.
That is nice. I have one of those
for different projects and what have you. I have a Tascam stereo audio recorder.
I love those.
It has two mono-directional microphones, two omnidirectional microphones, and two XLR inputs for your own external microphones. And this thing actually records to an internal SD card up to 64 gigabytes and does a really fantastic job. I use that quite often. But the real reason that we're recording this video for you today is we wanted to share with you our AEE MD10 action camera. This is an 8 megapixel still, 1080p, 30 frame a second video. It has a super wide angle lens, I believe 170 degrees. I might be wrong on that number. We were searching for a GoPro camera, and came across this and decided to buy it instead on a whim because it was like half the price, and it was a great choice. But I'm going to let my wife actually tell you a little bit more about the camera because she'll be able to give you some more information.
Okay, and I'm Pygmy Gamer. Chad calls me Pig My Gamer on his live stream. Hi, Chad.
Pig My Gamer.
As you can see, this is a very small camera. I think it's even smaller than the GoPro. In my little hand, it's still palm size. If you put it in the casing, it's like water resistant. I wouldn't like go deep sea diving with it, but you know, kids in the pool would be kind of fun, I guess. There's only 180 bucks. Now it is so small. $100 bucks, you said? Own viewfinder, so you can connect it via Wi-Fi to your phone, and it's your viewfinder. You can like take stills and control the zoom, start and stop recording. It's fantastic. We love it. We use it a lot. So we thought we'd share it with you guys.
That is really cool. The GoPro had that live view feature added. Like, I don't think the original one had that, and you had to get this Wi-Fi accessory, and having it built in is really cool.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
That is really. I'm still laughing over the fact that I do call her Pig My Gamer in my live streams, and I have a live stream every week, and the name rings a bell. And
oh, great, great. Well, you know, if you want to be like Pig My Gamer and see Snow Crash, you can create your own video.
Yes, please send in a video.
Right, send us, and it can be pretty much anything. My Gadget Warehouse is one of our favorites. Everybody seems to have something old. I know you don't have a warehouse, but you probably have something in a drawer that for some reason you can't throw it out. So, or your favorite gadget of all time, or I invented this. Even if you bought something that is really a piece of crap and you want to warn other people. So make a little video, no more than 3 minutes. 2 minutes is great, or anywhere in there. Put it up on YouTube and send us the link to your video. It goes to Giz Wiz at twit.tv, and then Jeff Needles will go through them. He rates them as I never want to see this again in my entire life. It's a very intricate system that he uses, and show this immediately. I won't give away all of Jeff's secrets. Giz Wiz at twit.tv, and Pig My Gamer and T Snow Crash will get. I could just say that name whenever I want to break him up.
It's just, it seems really like that's what it should be. Pig My Gamer.
You'll get a little gift from Twit. You'll get a copy of Mad Magazine, one of those 35-year-old Alfred E. Newman pictures, and some, maybe they might get the pumpkin saw. That's possible, right?
Yeah, I think we're getting rid of the pumpkin saw.
Pumpkin light. You might even get it. You might even get a pumpkin.
Yeah.
So if it's a big box, I would just not open it.
If it has biohazard warnings on it, stay away. No, in fact, we've already gotten rid of the pumpkin. It is no more.
Oh, no more. Giz Wiz at twit.tv is where the links go.
Yep. Perfect. Yes, please send in your videos. Absolutely. And with that, I guess let's move on to the letters.
Here come the letters, those lovely letters. Here come the Giz Wiz letters now.
Woo!
Our letter of the week from Jerry Maccabee, M-O-C-A-B-Y. The subject is, oh, you have to review this.
Ooh.
And the message is, I'm an Android fan, but I ain't this big of an Android fan. But I think this would go over well on Twit. So let's see exactly what Jerry is talking about.
Oh, the Android meat brander.
Yes, until I saw the price.
$50.75. Wow.
Yes, Jerry, considering we only spent $9 on the pumpkin saw, which actually has moving parts.
Yeah. I wonder, do you need like a certain type of steel that's really expensive?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you go back to that? Is it for branding hamburgers?
This is, by the way, on the googlestore.com. This looks like actually Google.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, Jeff is saying that they just don't make that many, so that's limited supply.
I see.
There's a lot of off-brand Android meat branders. You got to get the official one.
The official Google brand. Yeah, you don't want it. You don't want the Android guy to have his hands like this or something. You want the official guy in the official position.
I'm also wondering, would you brand like a cattle with this, or
I have no idea.
Steaks?
The staff?
Dogs?
Maybe Leo could buy one and brand the staff.
You brand Android fans.
Almost $51. No LEDs.
Yeah. Where do you put the batteries?
Yeah. But Jerry, we do like the letter because you gave us some laughs.
Yeah, this is.
And,
I would just want to check out what else.
If
what
anybody
else
ever comes up to me and said, "Is there?" Oh, whoa. Wow, are those Frisbees?
Shop Pets. Oh, a pet hoodie. I could get a pet hoodie for my cat needs a hoodie. Shop Other. Here we go. Let's look at the other category. An ingress patch. Some of these are pretty inexpensive. Golf club covers. Oh, the neon light, the chrome neon light. It's on sale.
How much?
Now it is only $19 instead of the previous price of $36.
Chad, if you actually go down to the Googleplex, you can see all these things in person.
Well,
if you go where?
I have tried to go to the Googleplex multiple times, and no one. You have to be invited.
You don't have to be invited.
Well, I'm not just gonna go and just stand there. I know people who work at Google.
Right, and you
they
just
should
say,
give me a tour.
Hey, give me a tour, and then you can go to the store.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So is that in San Francisco or in Petaluma?
In Mountain View, yeah. It's like a 2-hour drive away.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't just want to go drive 2 hours so I could look at the stuff. Yeah. Interesting. The Google Store online, merchandise store.
Online. Who knew?
They have some fans.
So if you, you want to brand somebody with the Android logo. Oh, the hats aren't bad.
Yeah, there's YouTube. There's the YouTube collection. I just saw there's if you're a biker, you get the Google brand while you bike. They're so happy they have Google merchandise.
They literally have every product. It's so random. They have neon lights for different products.
A $272 Eco Aspen wool jacket.
No, I don't think so.
It's right here. Product. Look at it. It's cut over to my laptop.
No, I meant as far as buying it.
Oh yeah, no.
Think so.
You don't think you're not the customer that they're.
I'm not the customer.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
No. Even if they threw in the branding iron, I'm not getting.
But wait, there's more. That is very interesting. Thanks for sending that over,
Jerry.
That is very good. Very good.
Fun. Very fun.
Don't forget, you still can have hours of entertainment at gizwiz.biz with the What the Heck Is It game. Bring it up at parties. Tell your friends. Head on over to gizwiz.biz and click on the What the Heck Is It banner on the side and. What is this thing? What the heck is it? It's definitely from the Google Store. You can tell that right off the bat. This is the gel that they use in between server racks during earthquakes, so that the servers won't get misaligned, and so the Google stuff will stay up all time. That's obviously what these guys are.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty.
And you get 4 of them for $98 with the little Google G.
Yep. You could get it if you drove 2 hours away from Petaluma and showed up in person. Now, if you submit an answer, there are 12 Mad magazines of the current issue for the correct answer, and then there's 24 for interesting, awesome, or clever answers. And you can see the cover also there at gizwiz.biz.
Yep, you win the December issue of Mad. Now, if you want to go to the Meetup 2015, it's too early. You missed the other one.
Don't worry about it. Are we asking for best of submissions for Giz Wiz?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, twit.tv/best of, yeah, is where you can go, and if there's a favorite moment, there's a gadget that sticks out in your mind, there's a few different forms to fill out, or sections to fill out. Write your best guess. We would obviously really appreciate it if you actually found the correct episode number, or about the time, or the gadget name. Any information that you can give us in finding your suggestion is really going to help out. That's twit.tv/best of. It's almost that time of year again where we got to start worrying about the best of episodes.
And if it was a gadget on Giz Wiz, there's a search function on Giz Wiz from Squarespace that's pretty good.
Perfect. And you always link back to the episode that it aired on as well.
Exactly.
So that'll help with episode numbers and stuff like that. So yes, thank you. And I think that make sure that you watch live every Thursday at around 4:30.
Oh wait, is this the live part? This is the live part.
Well, we were going to go into pre-recorded part. Wait, no, this is the live part.
This is live. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I was lip syncing. I thought oh wow, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was waiting for the B-roll to roll so that I could go walk out and get a coffee.
When Josh is at the board, it's flawless. You have no idea what's going on.
4:30 is when we record on Thursdays, 7:30 Pacific time, Eastern time. 4:30 Pacific. Wow. Laptops all day long. Laptops. If you don't watch live, don't worry. You can catch on-demand versions at twit.tv/GizWiz, where we go all the way back to episode 1 and watch all of them, because that's what you need to do on a Friday night. And that about wraps it up. We will see you next week on the Giz Wiz.
I'll be here.
Weekly day.